Hello, welcome to Woodline Tracking. I hope you all are doing well. It's a very wet day here in Ohio, but we'll take it, at least it's not snow. Today I got up on the board in our classroom here, a popular class that we teach. It's home defense and CCW, or personal security. Basically it's a 3-hour plus class where we go into how to set up a proper home defense and keep on building it, and your personal security out in public, the SOPs of what you should be doing, how to come up with a baseline for what is going on around you, not just saying keep your head on a swivel and looking. How do you do that? We go into that, and then we shoot a little bit of pistol at the end, because the most important thing, firearm, you should master first is your pistol. So we'll go through the class here a little bit. Again, all the information is in our handbook that I recommend you should probably get. It's like a handbook you have never read before, because it's meant for the unprepared citizen, the militia, the security force, not big army, not police. It is meant for the stuff, the abilities that you guys have, and the jobs and the tasks that you will be doing. So let's get started.
Why do you need a safe homestead? Think of how the Army used forts as safe places to work out of in hostile areas. The same applies to you. You need a secure home base to keep your family safe, start your security bubble, and run security patrols from. One of the biggest downfalls in the prepper community is the lack of good security. It is believed that if you have a gun, you are safe. That is not true. Shit hits the fan situations, SHTF, can get extremely violent, and you need to have a good security plan and know how to perform it, otherwise the stuff that you have will become somebody else's, and you and your family could be killed. A lot of Americans, regardless of their backgrounds, are underprepared and overconfident in their abilities. This class will go over an outline of a plan for defending your castle, aka homestead, in a SHTF situation. The defense plan is intended for country homesteads with 3 or more acres of land, but some of it can be used anywhere. So, you can use all of it, or some of it, to protect your castle, but do not underestimate desperate people doing desperate things. Remember, your neighbor is only 3 days without food away from robbing you.
Okay, one of the biggest things I see in the prepper community, or the prepared citizen community, is overconfidence in their ability. I got a gun, I got this, I got that. And the lack of training, honestly, is pathetic. I'm just telling you what I've seen over my many years of doing this, and becoming an expert in this field. Basically, we started the Woodline 4th Gen Night program to build godly men to make them true warriors, because it's up to you to protect yourself and your family, and that means you need to have skill. And the skill is a lot different than if you're big army or police, because your job and your resources and your tasks are a lot different. So you want to become the elite of that, because you might be going up against some bad hombres. Now, I'm not talking about fighting the US Army or fighting the police or anything like that. I'm talking about bad people doing bad things, and or AKA gangs and stuff. So you are equipped to take them on and be successful. You want to have 1 to 4 odds kill ratio. That means if you lose one of your guys, you want to take 4 of them with you in a good homestead defensive plan. That should be the minimum. Because, even if they're not well trained, there'll be many of them. And again, this is one thing we overlook, is becoming good training. Think of a 4th Gen Night is more or less, it's a style of karate. This is like a dojo that we teach people. We based it off of the original Knights Templar. They want a paramilitary group, individuals that are following God, well trained in the sword. They want infantry. They want soldiers. They want this. And what did they do? They were basically a security force protecting their community that they were in from bad hombres. So again, think of it as building you up in a high class security force, okay? And that's what we go into in our handbook here of all the things, and our penalties, all the things you need to do that. All right, next.
Defensive operations used to protect a homestead include setting up defense basics, security protocols, and figuring out how to control the information that you give out and take in. The areas below are important parts of any defense plan. 1. Home recon. 2. Perimeters. 3. Defensive positions, DPS. 4. Entry control point, ECP. 5. Obstacles. 6. Tactical Operations Center, TOC, TOC.
Okay, here's the outline that we put together here in this class. And again, this class is available at woodlinetracking.com. First thing is home recon. We have a video up on it. We go into it in a handbook. You need to recon your area to see how people might approach, where you want to put perimeters, obstacles, how you can be absorbed, and you also want to start doing a human mapping, okay? Neighborhood human mapping, sorry. So you need to perform that. Next is your perimeters. We teach a 3 perimeter defense. Basically, you'll start off with your first perimeter, but as time goes on, you'll grow up to a 3 perimeter, and you'll run security patrols. You gotta run security patrols and run a good security patrol, either using the shadow or the peacock method. We go into it, there's a video, we talk a little bit about it, and we offer a class about it too. So security patrols are the key in this too. You want to be able to sign cut, see if anybody come through here by sign that they left, footprints aka. Next is defense positions. You always want to fight from cover and concealment, a defense position. So you want to make these, there's light duties and heavy defensive positions that you put up, and you will have a plan of where you put them and how to use them. Again, we go into it in our handbook and in the class of how to make them successful, to make you successful. Next is entry control points. This is one thing that a lot of people don't do, because a lot of times in third world countries, they'll use the tactic of just driving up and storming you. And they'll just storm you, drive up and storm you. You don't want them to drive up on you. You want to stop them like at the second perimeter. We offer a class on this. Again, I think there's a video up going into a little bit about it. So you want to learn how to do a proper entry control point, because you just don't want them to drive up on you. Also, you want to know who's out, like if you have a security patrol or somebody's going to town, have they checked back in? Also, if people are trying to come in through the second perimeter at a different point than the entry control point, you will have SOPs on how to deal with that. Next is obstacles. You want to make sure that you have obstacles. Now we go into the different types like fixed, torn, all that. And we teach you how to make them on a budget. Stuff you can find on job sites, stuff you can make your own. Not spending a bunch of money and it'll work even if the power's off. So you want to be able to have a plan on how to deploy obstacles in a crap hits the fan environment. Next is your talk. You need a talk, basically like a safe room where you can put your family, because you'll fight better if you know your wife and kids are safe. And the talk most of the time will be your radio room, where they can talk to you. You can monitor the RF signal around you. You can talk to other groups, talk to other people in your community. You have your human mapping up on the wall. You have all maps of your area up on the wall. They'll be keeping track of who is out, who is in, And this basically the brain center of your home defense. We go into that, you need to apply that too. So I urge you, take it serious. Become a warrior, a good warrior, a Christian warrior of protecting your home and your community, because nobody's coming to save you. Remember, time may go on, but your life may not.